My name is Chris Tollefson. I teach philosophy at the University of South Carolina, and I've written and lectured on Catholic ethics over the years. I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Catechism, a web-based program that seeks to answer the following question: what is the Catholic Church all about? Now, there's a variety of reasons that someone might be interested in finding an answer to that question. The Catholic Church is almost always in the news. Sometimes that's not a great thing, as with the recent clerical sex scandals, but sometimes it is clearly a very good thing. The whole world's attention seems to be drawn to the Catholic Church when it celebrates its great holidays, for example, such as Christmas or Easter. The Catholic Church is one of the oldest institutions in the world, just over 2,000 years, and it's one of the largest, at just under 2 billion people. And maybe most interestingly, it claims to speak authoritatively for all Christians, and claims to provide a unique truth about the nature of God and his relationship to human beings. So if aliens arrived on planet Earth, they would probably be interested in finding out, what is this institution all about, this immense and ancient institution? Similarly, non-Catholics and even non-Christians can be interested in finding the answer to this question. By doing so, they'll be helped to understand their neighbors, their friends, and their coworkers a little bit better. But Catholics themselves probably have the best reason for wanting to understand the answer to this question. The Catholic Church is bound together by a set of beliefs that all of its believers are intended to participate in. If you don't really understand what it is that the Catholic Church is all about, it's very difficult to be a Catholic. One might almost say that there's an obligation, if you're a Catholic, to find out what the Church really teaches. Now, what that means is that it's necessary to go to that teaching, that fide depositum, as it's sometimes called, the deposit of faith. The deposit of faith is found in Scripture, it's found in tradition, and it's found in the teaching office of the Catholic Church. And in the introduction to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, Pope John Paul II says, "Guarding the deposit of faith is the mission which the Lord entrusted to his Church." That deposit is a little bit like a deposit in a bank. It's an accumulation of wealth that grows over the centuries. And the Church guards that, it protects it, but it also attempts to provide it to its citizen believers, the members of the Catholic Church. In order to do that, it needs to make sure that there's a clear presentation of it available. One of the ways that it does that is by preparing a catechism. This is the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and it's the Roman Catholic Church's most recent attempt to provide a clear, readable, well-organized, and systematic presentation of what it believes. Its history is a little bit interesting. In 1985, Pope John Paul II decided that it would be a good idea to present a catechism based on what had been accomplished in the Second Vatican Council. In 1986, he delegated some bishops and some cardinals to do the work of this, and in 1992, the catechism was first published, although it was then reissued in 1997 in a revised and authoritative edition. John Paul writes, again in the introduction, that this catechism provides a sure norm for the teaching of faith, and thus a valid and legitimate instrument for ecclesial communion. What that means is that this is the place to go if you want to find out what the Catholic Church really teaches, what it really believes, and what it really expects of its members. It's not exactly easy, though, to go to this. It's pretty big. It's a little bit heavy. It doesn't make great late-night reading. Better to go through it bit by bit, and that's where the Daily Catechism comes in. I and my friends and colleagues in the Church will be going through the Catechism one paragraph at a time. There are a little bit under 3,000 paragraphs, so we expect it'll take us about 10 years to make it through the entire work. But we'll provide short, helpful reflections, we hope, maybe 3 to 4 minutes long, that allow us to think through what the Church is teaching. In doing that, we hope to participate in what John Paul II called the renewal of Catholicism, and we'd invite you to participate with us. Join us tomorrow night, if you will, as we start with paragraph 1 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. We hope to see you then. Bye-bye.